is Eric Hunker, Front Row Report. Today we're sitting here with Waylon from Mushroomhead. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No, dude, like I say, for me this is quite the pleasure. This is the apex of what I do, when you get to see the guys you really, really want to see.
Well, I don't understand why you really want to see my dumb redneck ass, but okay.
You know what, brother? I love what you do musically, everything that you do, side projects, you name it. And every time I've ever seen or read an interview with you, I've always got a good chuckle and thought to myself, man, I'd love to sit down with this dude. So here's my opportunity. We're going to have at it. Let's start out real quick with a little bit just the new album. Certain lyrical themes go throughout, and I'm sure there's certain inspirations behind it. Can you share a little bit about that?
With me, I can't speak for Jay or Jeff on this, but for me, it was a turning point in my life. And it was a very angry point in my life. If you notice, The Righteous and the Butterfly, I wasn't quite like I was on Beautiful Stories, and I wasn't as soft as I was on Sacred Star. Sacred Star was that sad, soft, and then the Beautiful Stories, I had more just the artsy, like thing going on. But this album, it was pure anger. It was a lot of anger towards myself, society, things that just, I was just fed up with, and it really showed through. Dealt with a lot of demons in that album. So like, with everybody's like, well, I'll miss you doing stuff like Save Us and Simple Survival, and it's like, you really went heavy on this album. I'm like, yeah, well, that was where I was at. Where I'm gonna go with the next album, now I got all them demons out, I don't know, so. That's
all right, man. I'm sure it'll be good no matter what. You guys have already done 2 videos for the album. And, yeah, it's coming.
You do that you know about.
Yeah. Well, it's coming, because I've heard the rumors. I hear rumors that you guys are making 3 more videos, and that you've got a 3rd volume of the DVD headed our way.
We are working on volume 3, and there will be a lot of videos. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. And I'm not going to give up no titles.
I'm not going to give them no numbers. I'm just going to say there's going to be a lot of videos.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I also got to ask you about the album. Caught me so off guard, and I didn't even realize what the hell I was hearing until the chorus hit. The Adele cover, man. Where the hell did that come from? And damn you for making me like an Adele song.
That was like, we were talking about doing a cover, and they had run through some cover ideas. We had done some covers for Beautiful Stories that had never seen the light of day. Well, there was like 8 covers on the table. And then I guess Ryan and Dr. F and Skinny were sitting around one night, and they were just listening to stuff, and they found Adele, and that's how that kind of went to be. It's
just like that.
It just went. It's just like next day, I'm like, get down here, you gotta sing Rumor Has It. I'm like, what? What is that song? I don't know.
Like I said, I didn't even know what I was hearing until the chorus.
Well, I was like, oh my God. To be
God.
honest with you, and like I went back, I love the woman's voice. She has a great voice.
Oh yeah,
great voice, but not what I listened to. And so for me, it was like, okay, but I had to go kind of like get a crash course in her real quick. Sorry guys, I'm not that steeped into that kind of music.
You okay back there? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, Waylon.
You're good, you're good. You're good.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
You guys just contributed some new music to the Game of Thrones tracks, Among the Crows.
Yes.
Just jammed to it. Super good. And the addition, you guys working.
The jacket.
Yeah, again. Wow. Really, like there couldn't be more levels and depth to it. There is. Is
well,
that
actually,
difficult?
Yeah. No. Maybe.
How that all come about, the Game of Thrones?
It's hard enough to work with 3 singers. You throw a 4th one in there. I thank God I'm not skinny, man. I have to choose who goes where. Tonight you'll hear it. We're playing it live.
Oh, all right. Awesome.
We're playing live all tour. I'm a huge fan. Skinny's a huge fan. And so, like, Skinny hit me up. and he's like, wait, we're gonna, we're gonna do this. He was like, I need you down here because like I've read the books and I've watched the show and I'm a huge fan and he is too. So being that we got the Night's Watch, was just that is my favorite part of the show. It's just like nail on the head. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So lyrically, it was really fun for me because like I threw things. If you've watched the show, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, like, what the fuck? Like it's one of those deals. So you have to kind of like know the show to understand what's going on.
Right. In general with Mushroomhead, like when you guys go into the studio, is the 3 vocal thing a hard thing? Like, do you guys each write a whole set of lyrics for the entire song and then Skinny chops it down to what actually makes it?
Like I have more shit hit the floor. It's like you'll write a full song, and or you'll be given 16 bars, you'll fill that. I just try to write a whole song. I don't ever try to stray away from that. I know it's not going to make it. Not all of it's going to make it. But if I write enough parts in enough different parts, because I try to write something in a different area and different. So you have a bunch of different styles and vocals going on. So it's going to be like, I didn't really like this and that, but I really did like this and I really love that. So like I try to give them as much as I can per song, and then everybody else does the same thing, and then you end up with a song that makes sense for 3 guys that work together and that didn't write together. That's the fucked up part that nobody gets, and I don't even understand how Steve makes that work either.
Do you guys go into the writing having like a lyrical theme in mind, or it just happens to mesh up that way?
A lot of times, I'll say Jay and Jeff have already wrote something, I'll come in and I'll write for that. Like I'll hear the lyrics, like, oh, okay. But and Jay does that with me too. Like he'll listen what I wrote and he'll add on to it, like take his spin on it. But when you're giving something fresh with nothing on it, you just write, and then everybody else does kind of the same thing. Everybody has the same pot, and it just kind of starts from there. Things hit the floor, things get cut, parts get added, parts get deleted. It's just it. Don't have 3 singers.
Is there any chance any of that extra lyrical content or anything that you'll use it in one of the other side projects, or maybe even a solo album? When it comes to that, do you just always go in fresh?
I always go in fresh. If the idea wasn't good enough the first time, don't mean it's going to be good enough the second time. Try to stay fresh and relevant, and try to move forward and don't revisit the past.
Right.
It's like, unless it's just something I was like, God, I couldn't go with that one. It just, But if it didn't make it the first time, most times it's not to par. So, just scrap it and keep moving forward.
Okay. So working on the little bit of new music for the Game of Thrones, has that got you guys maybe sparked to try to head into the studio sooner?
We've been talking. It's been a couple ideas going on, but we'll just see. Future's unknown. Right now, Volume 3 is the main priority, and then we'll get on to making a new album.
But you guys are really known for your live shows. Is the Volume 3, is it going to have live footage too? And would you guys ever consider just putting out a full-length concert?
That's so hard.
Yeah.
You have great footage and shit recording for audio, or great audio and shit footage. I mean, it never lines up. It's like we've tried, and God, I hope we do one day. We do, but I don't see it happening, man. It's just like, with our luck, it just seems like we never can end up with both, with a great audio feed and great, visual feed. Because honestly, you can't really get off a Mushroomhead album what you can get live. Like, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah, your live show, I mean, you guys are in the crowd. If the mosh pit isn't big enough, you'll go out there and fucking start it. You know what I mean?
I used to do that.
It's an interactive.
That got a little dangerous, and my temper's too short. People start hitting me, and I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm like, you stupid shit. I can't help it.
But you don't need all that, right?
No, I don't, man. Last time I did it, like this kid, I had the big baby doll mask on, and he cold caught me. Like, he totally blindsided me with a punch in the jaw. If I'd have got on hold of him, I'd have killed him. I remember I took my mask off, and I was like, Tom said I looked like a lion, just perched, just scowling the crowd trying to find this guy. I would have killed him. I would have absolutely killed him up there. But that's why I can't do that no more.
Right on. Back to the 3 vocalists. How is it having Jay back?
Jay's great. Jay was always.
How did that all come back? Like, did they go through for your approval before that went down?
Jay asked for it. I told him he didn't need it. I said, just get your ass home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it wasn't a big deal to me. Jay had such a predominant, figure in Mushroomhead's beginning, and the double X and 13. Having back's just fitting, It's like, and it takes pressure off me. I don't have to sing his stuff more. He can sing it, and I can go the realm of being more Waylon. I don't have to worry about appeasing old school or anything. I just can do what I want to do now, and what's right for Mushroomhead, in my opinion. I've made my voice known with what I do with Mushroomhead, but now I can really not worry about carrying the past. And I'm not saying in a bad way, but nobody needs that. Nobody, it's like you want to be an artist, and you want to be creative, and you don't want to be like, oh, I gotta appease this certain thing. And it's like, fuck that. It's like you stifle creativity by just even thinking like that. So.
But like you said too, anytime that you're going back and doing somebody else's stuff, there's always going to be a certain amount of haters. Who, as loving as the Mushroomhead family is in general, I know you got a lot of shit, brother, when you first hit the fold, and unwarranted, absolutely, because you were a perfect fit. But yeah, you took a lot of shit.
I took a beating, man. It led to a lot of bad things in my life because of it. Because it was very, it was disheartening. Because it's like I didn't ask for it. I was just trying to prove myself as a musician. And it's like I'm lucky that I am a fighter and I'm a survivor. Like I got through the sharks, so to say. And it was very much, sink or swim. And I was not taking no for an answer. And but
did that feed you though?
It fed me in both directions. Fed me bad and fed me good. It fueled my drive, but it destroyed my inside, heart and stuff. It made me very resentful for a while. It made me very, it just caused a lot of problems for me. And now it's like the same people who told me the shit love me, and it's like, what? It's very confusing. So, but yeah, a lot of bands don't make it when a singer comes in and replaces the singer, and I'm one of the lucky few. But I have to say it has to do with that, and that I don't die attitude. You tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna bust my ass harder than you ever thought, so I can give you a big plate of crow, and I'll be like, eat this shit, motherfucker.
Choke on it.
Yeah, choke on it. How's that shoe taste? Put that foot right in your mouth, man.
On a little bit of a side note, heard that you're working on some new Tenafly's Viper. Is that not true?
Not true.
Oh, what a drag, man! I was hoping for it.
No, I don't think I'm gonna wait on Tenafly.
Okay.
Tenafly was fun, and it was what it was at the time. I don't want to revisit it. I don't want to revisit the lyrical content, the lifestyle of it. I'm done with that.
Okay, cool. I'd also heard you were working on yet another side project. Is there any truth to that, saying that you were supposed to go back to your roots in sound?
Fifth.
Gotcha, gotcha. No worries, I understand. Now, those of you who know you are big fans like myself, know that there's a very specific date in your life that has significance. That would be May 5th, 1995.
Yes.
For those of you out there who are as yet unenlightened as to why this man does what he does, can you give them a brief synopsis of what happened that day?
On May 5th, 1995, I went to my very first concert. And it was Korn, Marilyn Manson, and Danzig. And I ended up meeting Korn. And Korn was not established yet as a big band. Their first album was out, and that was the moment I decided I want to do what I want to do. And Jonathan Davis and his vocals changed me from that moment on. And it was not even just the sound of it, just how cool they were, like how fucking awesome, man. They were so good to me. I hung out with them all night, and then 19 years later, I get to open up.
Yeah, I see recently in an interview that those guys signed up one of your masks, and that's like your coup de grace right now. That don't even come near.
Don't even come near that mask. Actually, a fan got to see it the other day. Came to my house, and it was like, I've heard about it. I want to see it. It's hidden behind a picture.
Oh, really?
It's hidden.
It's actually hidden.
It's hidden, and I pulled it out. And he was like, and he just kind of like, that's it, and it's signed by all the boys and stuff. It was the mask I wore on stage with them when I sang with them. So to me, it's like you're never getting your hands on that mask. I'll probably get a big buried with it.
Set that shit in the ground.
Yep, that's kind of me. You say you can't take it with you? Ask me. I'm taking it with me.
Let's talk a little bit about touring. You guys finally got asked to rock this year, which should have happened so many years ago. How does that feel?
We didn't go though. We did not go. It was just a financial strain. Not enough. We couldn't make it work out. We could do a bunch of tours up there, a tour up there, and do enough clubs. And it was just financially, you can't go ask me to go drop 60 grand to land in Europe and come right back home being 60 grand at home. It's just too much, guys. That's too much. That's a small house.
Well, the tours that you did just finish up. You guys were out with ICP for a while. You just did the Mayhem Fest run. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that was?
Okay, we did Mayhem. We did Soundwave, then did Moscow, then we did Mayhem. And all that was great because those were all festivals, except for Moscow was a one-off, and we actually flew over there for one night and then flew back.
Wow.
And that Mayhem was just, that's what you work for. That's what you want to do. You want to play for those big crowds and be among the elite bands of the industry and work side by side with them and learn and become a better musician, better artist, better performer. And then we come back and we did the ICP run, which was total opposite. You go from being with all the metal legends to ICP and all rap bands and being the only metal act. And I love the boys, I do. But it was so strange because it was all rappers. All rappers were the only metal act. So we get on, and
that has to be a tough.
It was very tough. It was fun because we don't take no prisoners. Like you've seen us, we don't. I'm getting up there. I don't give a shit what you like. You're mine. As long as you're in that room, you're mine. I don't give a damn.
You hear that, fuckers? He owns your ass.
You're mine. I don't give a damn. If you don't want to be, get the fuck out the room.
Another little side thing. You've done a little bit of acting.
Yes.
There's a couple of different movies.
Yes.
Any plans to do ever anything in the future? If the guys from Game of Thrones came to you, would you jump right
on it? Yeah, I would totally do it. Actually, my manager, Brenda, has been working on giving me a couple roles, and we're doing a couple things. I got to do a couple. I'm going through this change right now, and I'm doing things on purpose. And everything I'm doing right now has a meaning, except I'm just not telling you what the end of that meaning is, and you guys will see in the future. So.
Cool. Let's talk real quick about the double-edged sword of social media and the music industry in general. I mean, it's so easy to get your music out there now, but then nobody wants to pay for the shit. So it's a win-lose situation.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Really? What drives you to even make music at this point?
The smile on people's face. That's the only payment I get anymore. It's sad. Back in the day, you had to wait. You didn't get any info. You didn't get any leaks. You didn't get nothing. You went to the record store on Tuesday. There's new Metallica. There's new Slayer. There's new Korn. There's new Manson. You got it. You're like, oh my God. You sit there and you're flipping through that book, looking at every piece of artwork, everything, and it was so meaningful. Now it's just a digital download bullshit that I don't even get paid for.
It is kind of nice to see the vinyl making a resurgence. As a kid from vinyl,
vinyl was great. I've never been big into vinyl though. Like I was 80s kid, so like CDs and cassette tape.
I was used to it too, but I caught just enough of the vinyl stage where when the artwork went from 12 by 12 with the big gatefolds down to the CD, I was like, oh, that's such.
See, I can understand that. Like I do like vinyl because it is huge, but kids don't realize how much work goes into making a disc, making that. They're like, it's not much to ask you to spend $10, $15 on an album, but you think about it, if you're buying the disc, you're paying for the paper company, You're paying for the truck drivers. You're paying for the CD press. It's not just me that's getting paid.
Right.
It's a whole, you know, it's trickle down. And when you steal this stuff, and I'm going to say it like that, guys, you're stealing.
You're stealing.
And go to Walmart, go to Best Buy, go to the music section if they have one because of you stealing, and take it. Just like you would on the internet. See what happens.
Yep.
And you may call me a dickhead for this. I don't care. My kids are not going to, they don't get the life that they should be getting because I can go see how many downloads there are. You know, I've gone platinum. It's fucking stupid. And I'm over that. Money's not a big deal. But it's like I'm not a greedy person, but you're taking away from my kids. And that bothers me. You know, I know how many discs were sold. I know how many shows I played, and how the fuck you all know the lyrics is beyond me. So, you know, not to be an asshole with you guys about it, but look at it like that. Put yourself in my shoes. My niece was a bad thief. And I called her that too. Thief. She was on that fucking all them torrent sites. And she moved in. I was like, we don't do that in this house. Like, she had thousands of songs. I made her delete every single one of them. I wiped out the computer. And then my royalty check came. I said, that's why you do this.
Sure.
I said, you got to spend your money on this. I said, do you see how pathetic that is? And she kind of looked at it and was like, yeah. I said, that's why we don't steal. It's like, how fair is that? And, you know, she's like, well, you got like millions and millions and millions of views and all that. And I'm like, it don't matter.
Yeah.
See that? That's what matters. That's what's keeping the lights on. And, you know, it's not there. So, guys, do me a favor. Have some integrity.
Buy your music. Thank God there's always going to be us old school guys. It may be only us old school guys, but you still want the package. And you know what? The package is fucking worth it. You're stealing from his kid's mouth, man. It's harsh. So
I put it harsh. I don't care anymore. Like me, hate me, whatever you're talking about me, but I'm standing up for everybody. It's not just me. It's like there are so many bands that can be great that just need that opportunity, and they're never going to get it, and they're never going to get the proper advance where they get that right producer and they make that magical hit. It's never going to happen because of you guys, because the record label is too scared to invest. Why should they? You're going to steal it anyway. So you're the one, you're costing music and you're stifling creativity by your actions, because you're going to get this ham and egg bullshit, this fucking slop together crap for the rest of your fucking life, and you're never going to get real art that's going to be revolutionary. Because tell me the last band that's lasted for over 5 years. There's a couple of them. There's not many. All this hit shit's fucking in and out. Like this crap. And when you get older, you'll realize it's crap. You don't have a Led Zeppelin. You don't have a Black Sabbath. You don't have a Pink Floyd. You ain't got a Queen. You ain't got real musicians anymore. You have garbage, fucking run-of-the-mill bullshit that's going to be changed out like underwear next week.
That's right. And you know what? If you keep stealing the shit, then you're not going to see your favorite bands live, because they're not going to be able to afford to come to your town. So that's the real bottom line. If you want to see your favorite bands, buy the fucking music.
And I'm going to say this right now, and in no way, shape, or form am I saying I'm near as good as any of those bands. So there you go.
Right on. All that said, what advice would you give to anybody thinking about starting a band right now?
Get up off your ass and do something.
Hit a bunch of subjects, and I don't want to keep you here forever, but is there anything else that I haven't hit on that you would really like people to know?
I'm writing a book.
Are you?
Yes. I'm writing a book. It's an autobiography of my childhood. Because if there's a cutoff point, if you ever go try to look me up, you can't find anything pre-2004.
He's a ghost before that, folks.
I'm a ghost. Well, there's a reason I'm a ghost, and you're going to find out. I'm not going to say anything else about that. You got to buy it. And the thing about it is, after the book comes out, you will never be able to ask me about it, because I will not talk about it. This will be the only way you'll ever know any of this is through this book. And you know, I will refuse to talk about any of it after it's written. Because when that final period is on that final page, that's the last time I'm ever talking about it.
Any tentative idea when that might hit?
I'm in the middle of writing it right now, maybe next year. It just depends. I don't like writing it, if that tells you anything. And it's not because I don't like writing, I don't like the stories.
So it's going to be something kind of
It's not going to be happy. Like, I will tell you that. If you're looking for a pick-me-up, the positive Waylon thing that's going on right now, you're not going to get that. This is a doom and gloom fucking story. It's not gonna, like, if somebody actually, you gotta put some happy points in it, and I'm like, what if they're there? So, guys, just look forward to you know, that coming out, and I'll try to put a couple smiles in there, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
It's not going to be the feel-good book of the summer.
No, it's not. This probably I'm gonna go get bashed for it. But a lot of people are going under the bus, and I don't care to throw them there. So.
And you know what? Honesty is what it is. It's honesty.
Well, that it is what it is.
All right. Is there any final message that you want to get out to the fans, or let me ask you, other than the book, what's immediately next coming down the pike for you guys?
It's the same thing, guys. I've been saying, if you follow me on Waylon Reavis fan page or Waylon Reavis official on Instagram, get up off your ass, man. Get off the internet. Go enjoy the world. If you've seen the movie Idiocracy, it's happening. Or dumbing down. You're not living your life. You're living vicariously through a screen. You're watching me on this shit right now. As soon as this interview's over, put it down. Walk outside, take a breath of fresh air, take your dog out, go throw a football, go play some basketball. Hell, go try to find an old school arcade. Do something. Get up. Enjoy your life, because sitting on your ass in your house, on your internet, talking shit is just no way to live. Get out, be a part of society. Be a productive part of society. Be somebody.
Cool. All right, I'm going to hit you with one last part, a little rapid fire, kind of get to know you, get a little bit of your back history of music, and then we'll be done. First off, growing up, who were your favorite bands, inspirations, influences?
Tool, Core, Fear Factory, Sepultura, Pantera, Marilyn Manson, White Zombie. Oh, Clutch. Think. Deftones. Think. Moody Blues. Okay. That's what I think.
Who are you currently really digging?
Currently really digging? I like New Fear Factory.
Cool. Yeah, the new ops.
Gemini Syndrome too. I love those guys.
First music you ever bought with your own money?
First music. Appetite for Destruction.
Yes.
Guns N' Roses.
How'd you buy it? Cassette, CD?
Cassette. I'm a big cassette. Yes. My dad was so mad.
Imagine how you
like fourth grade. Oh yeah, man. Fucking Mr. Brownstone.
Nice. Best concert you've ever been to?
First concert.
It might even be the same thing.
First and best concert. First concert for Marilyn Manson. That's it. Best concert was the Sugar.
Very nice. Everybody has one. Dream list of people to work with.
Maynard, Jonathan, Max Calavera, Burton C. Bell, anybody in Korn. Straight up anybody in Korn.
Cool. Biggest vice?
Biggest vice?
Yeah, everybody's got something that they just can't.
Video games.
Video games? Oh, the Zelda comes back. Nice. I'm sure you don't have much of it, but when you do have free time, outside of the games, is there anything else you really like to do?
Spend time with my son, my family.
You encouraging your boy to be a music fan, or is it just coming on his own?
I don't push them anyway. I push them to be themselves. This was Dad's choice. That's not yours. If you want to make that choice, I'll try to talk you out of it. But if that's the path you're going to go, that's the path you're going to go. I don't try to push that away.
Okay. This here's going to be the last one. Been on the road for forever now. Can you share one of your very fondest memories, whether it's heartbreaking, hysterical, just something that has really stuck with you over the years?
I'm thinking.
That's all right, brother. That's all right.
Something that's stuck with me. I could tell you one story, but I don't want to tell you that.
That's all right. It's okay, man. You don't have to.
Lady told me she was dying, and she only she wasn't weird, and I seen her on this tour. actually, and she told me last year she was not going to be here much longer. She was wheelchair bound this time, and to see her out, best thing we've done for a while. And she said that my positivity is what got her up off the bed. Mama Metal, talking about you, honey. Bless her heart, you know, and to see her at my show was nice, you know, and I didn't think she was in this world anymore. I didn't know. And she's sitting there, and I look, she's in a wheelchair, and I actually did a vlog with her. And she said that, you know, she was, I don't get out of bed anymore. She goes, but your positivity on the internet made me want to get up and see you guys. So that's
awesome. That's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for spending time with us today. People, get the new Mushroomhead. Get the new DVD 3 that's coming. Get the book and pay for it all, fucker. Till the next time, this is Eric Hunker, the Front Row Report with Waylon, where as always, we keep you on the front lines of music.